Motivation gets you started, but what keeps you going when you're tired, distracted, or just not in the mood? You've probably started a habit and been excited about it and kept it up for a week or two, and then suddenly fell off. Not because you were lazy, but because motivation faded and then life just got in the way. In this video, I'm showing you guys how to build habits that actually stick even on your worst days. These are the same strategies that I used in med school to build my 4 a.m. routine, which now has over 1 million views on YouTube. And if you stay to the end, I've made a free tool to help you guys put these tips into action right away. It's clean, simple, and actually fun to use. So let's get into it. Most people think they have a motivation problem, but what they actually have is a system problem. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if your habit isn't built into a strong system, no matter how good your intentions are or how motivated you are, it will eventually fall apart.
It's not your fault though. Building habits that last and all, these are not things we get taught in school. We got taught square roots and riddles and a bunch of other things that haven't necessarily come up since then. We think about discipline as waking up at 5 a.m. and pushing through every day. But real discipline is about designing your life in a way that makes the right thing easy and the wrong thing harder. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth or shower every day. It's something you just do, an automatic action. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do with your habits.
Motivation isn't built to last. It's an emotion. You literally wake up and say, "Oh, I feel motivated today," or "Ugh, I don't feel motivated to do this today." It's temporary. It spikes and it crashes. If you have to rely on your emotions to finally achieve your goals, I don't know how long it's going to take you because you've made your entire success dependent on a feeling. Can you hear how crazy that sounds? Motivation isn't bad. It's just not built to last. And if you depend on it, you'll find yourself stuck in a start, stop cycle and never actually accomplishing what you want. When I was building my 4 a.m. morning routine, motivation got me up for like 3 days of the week, but my systems have gotten me up for 6 years. So let's talk about the strategies that actually work. If you've read Atomic Habits by James Clear, you should know this already. If you haven't, you're in luck because I'm sharing what I read with you guys for free. Basically, every habit you have, whether good or bad, follows the same loop. That is, there's a cue, then a craving, then a response, and then comes a reward.
Once your brain sees the reward enough times, the loop just runs itself on autopilot. You see your bed and you crave comfort. You scroll your phone, boom, dopamine hit, and that's satisfaction. You're happy. That's why bad habits are so easy to repeat because they're designed perfectly and you feel good in the process. But guess what? You can actually use the exact same loop to build good habits too. All you have to do is design each part of the loop on purpose. Once I understood the habit loop, my routines changed completely. I stopped forcing discipline and relying on motivation and started designing my habits, and suddenly they became easier to follow. To me, getting into bed by 9 and waking up at 4 a.m. is like brushing my teeth. It's become an automatic action.
Now that you understand how the habit loop works, here's how to use it to your advantage. According to James Clear, there are 4 laws of behavior change, and these are absolute game changers. Here's how you do it.
Make it obvious. Don't hide your habits. Make them literally impossible to miss. And we touched on this a little in the previous video where I showed you guys how to get back on track after falling off. But basically, if your goal is to read more, leave your book near your pillow. And I even went the extra mile and got a side lamp so I wouldn't need to get out of bed to turn the light on just so I can read. If you want to work out, leave your gym clothes where you might literally trip all over them. Your environment should remind you of who you're becoming. Make it attractive because if you enjoy it, you'll repeat it. If possible, pair your new habit with something you love, like listening to music while cleaning, drinking your favorite drink while journaling, studying at a cafe with a good view. The way you frame it matters too, by the way. Your mindset shifts from I have to oh, I get to. Your brain craves pleasure, so give it what it wants, but in a healthy manner. Make it easy because the easier it is to do, the more likely you are to do it. Don't try to read for 30 minutes just from the get go. Start with 5. Don't try to run 5 kilometers. Start with a walk around the block. Focus on starting rather than finishing. And this is so important because action beats overthinking every single time. Make it satisfying because your brain loves rewards. So give yourself a win every time you follow through with your habit or your plan. Use a habit tracker, a sticker chart, cross it off your planner, celebrate in a healthy way, of course. Anything that makes you say, yes, I did it. That tiny dopamine hit keeps the habit alive, and eventually it just becomes a natural action to you.
If you design your habits using these 4 laws, it becomes easier to show up consistently, even on the days when motivation is nowhere to be found. People tend to focus on, I want to lose weight, I want to study more, I want to wake up earlier, but outcomes don't stick. Identities do. So if you want lasting change, stop focusing on what you want to do and start focusing more on who you want to become. You're not just trying to journal, you're trying to become someone who's reflective. You're not trying to work out, you're becoming someone who moves daily because her health matters. Small habits become powerful when they reinforce your identity. So ask yourself, who do I want to be 6 months from now? And what habits prove that identity today? When I started waking up at 4 a.m. in med school, it wasn't about becoming a morning person. It was about being the kind of student who takes her goals seriously, no matter how tired, no matter what time the exam was. And now I'm a medical doctor who still takes her personal goals seriously, no matter how tired I am and no matter how crappy the day was at the hospital.
So let's recap. You don't need motivation all the time. You need design. You build habits that stick by making them obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, and by anchoring them to the identity you're building, not just what you do, but who you're becoming in the process.
And to help you start strong, I'm giving you guys a free printable habit tracker. It's clean, simple, and designed to give you that satisfying I did it feeling every day. Find the download link in the description box below. Download it, use it digitally, or you can print it. Use it and let's build something real. And if you're really ready to go deeper and truly reset your routines, I've also created a mid-year reset workbook. It's just $5 and packed with planning pages, productivity templates, and reflection prompts to help you stay consistent for the rest of the year. Grab it using the second link in the description box. Trust me, it's worth it. If you haven't already, go back and watch episodes 1, 2, and 3 in this mid-year reset series. I gave you guys a 30-day plan to help you reset your life as we enter the next half of the year. I shared goal setting tips and tricks to set goals that actually stick and avoid reaching December with unfinished goals. I also shared how to build systems that'll give you the foundation to actually follow through with your goals and plans. So now we know how to build healthy habits that lead you to your goals, but it all comes together in my next video where I'm sharing time management hacks for busy people, how to get more done without burning out. So do make sure you subscribe and turn your post notifications on so that you don't miss it. Like this video if it helped you and let me know in the comment section what habits you're going to be rebuilding now. Thanks again for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.